Hey Retro Maniacs, EP back with another episode of Extra Innings. Today, we're going to talk about graded cards. In particular, these cards that have been sitting up here for the last couple episodes. The big one, I'm just going to cut right to the chase. If you watched our reveal, you know about it. The Vince Carter Topps Finest PSA 10. I'm just over the moon about this card so much. I never thought this would be a 10. When I got to tell you though, when I peeled the protection off, these cards come with a protective sleeve. When I peeled the protective sleeve off, I thought, you know what, this might actually be a 10. I didn't really think it was going to be a 10. I thought it was going to be an 8. I was like, it's probably an 8, 9. That's what I told Mike it was going to be. I had hopes it would be a 10, like very, very, very slim hopes. And then when he said it was a 10, I couldn't get this, could not wipe the smile off my face. I'm still smiling about it today. I have him between Vince Carter and Alonzo Mourning, my 1A, 1B favorite basketball players of all time. And I'm over the moon by this. So to get this card, I've talked about my NBA Hall of Fame graded card collection that I want to do. This was going to be my card for Vince Carter no matter what. So to have it come back at 10 is really cool. Obviously, I've said before, if I get a 10, I need to sell it. I can't have a 10. Can't justify having a 10 in my collection. I got to do, it's got to be a 8 or 9 or something. But you know what? This was pack pulled. This was my card that I've had since literally 1998, and I think I'm going to keep this one. This one's staying in the collection. This is my card for my collection. Speaking of that, the card that I pulled the same year, I also pulled the protective sleeve on this one, and this one ended up getting a 9. You can see it there, but I feel like I felt like this was a 9 as well, same as this one. So I'm not sure what the difference is between the two. I'm not picky either. Like I said, this one was going to be my Dirk keeper for my collection anyway. So it's cool. Obviously, it would be really, really awesome to get a refractor of the Vince Carter, maybe a refractor of the Dirk, but definitely a refractor of the Vince. But still, not very cool to add those. And again, I think what I'm getting at here, and let's go to the next one. Here's my Kobe Bryant for the same collection. This is a PSA 9 of his Hoops rookie. I graded, I think, 2 of the Hoops rookies. I got 9s on both of them. I also got the Skybox Premium, which was a PSA 10. So I sold the 10, and that helped me. That was back, maybe 2 years ago at this point. And I just, I made a good amount of money on those. And I think I paid for the PSA order with the other 9, let alone the 10 that I got, and also had the Jordan PSA 10 that was a 1999 Encore insert from from also that I pulled out of the pack way back when. So what I'm kind of getting at here is I think I'm undergrading some of these cards, and I think I'm being extra harsh, which isn't a terrible thing. It just means that I'm getting really good grades on these cards. But I also think I need to reevaluate maybe some of my pre-grades that I have for some of my cards. So that I just want to kind of talk about that a little bit. Talk a little bit about grading cards in general. Well, one of the things that I find is very important, at least for me. Like I don't want to, I don't want to say that I'm an expert on this. I have had quite a bit of good fortune grading cards, but this centering tool is one of my most important tools. I feel like if a card's not centered perfectly, I don't want to send it in. And I'm listening to some YouTubers like Little Victories, who both me and Joe talk about a lot about. It seems like PSA is being more hard, and Elite, I think Elite Co 3, PSA is being a little more harsh on centering. It used to be if it was 60-40, you could, and everything else was perfect, you could get a 10. That's probably still possible, but I think more 55-45, really, really close to being perfectly centered, is important now. So this centering tool, which I gave one of these away to Mike and one away to a viewer, and I feel like these are very, very important. You can see it's got the different grid marks in here, and you just put this up against the card, and you kind of line it up, and you can tell, you can look at different points on the card, different images, that sort of stuff, and if it has borders, even better. But you can get a good idea of how centered or uncentered a card might be. And I found this to be probably the most invaluable tool in grading cards. So I got a few other cards here to show. This one also was from my collection. This is a PSA 8. This from collection back in the day. Dufek's Tiki Barber rookie card, really just a cool card. I think I said it was going to be an 8. I think it's 7 or an 8. So I kind of expected it to be this, but trophy collection. just a cool card. And one other tool that's hugely important are microfiber cloths. Just wiping down a card is such a huge thing. Even especially for chrome cards, but any kind of card, you want to make sure to wipe it down. Make sure there's no dust on it, no fingerprints on it. And these things are super cheap. You can wash them by hand after you've used them for a little while. They come in, so they're perfectly clean. But this is going to get dust. It's going to get fingerprints, and they're very soft, so they're going to not damage your card. And the last card I'm going to show is this Frank Gore. And then this one I didn't pull out of a pack. 2005, I wasn't really collecting cards at the time. But Frank Gore is another fantasy football player who was on my team. I drafted him as a rookie, and he was on my team until I think his maybe second year with the Colts. I had him for a long time, very, very, very long time. Some would say, Mike and Joe probably, that I held on to him for too long after his true usefulness was gone. But I needed a rookie card of Frank Gore. I was like, you know what? You want to think I want to have his Fleer Ultra Gold Medallion, which is what this card is. So I found a really good looked good, pretty good in the photos. But then I think one of these corners, I think that one there's a little bit of white showing. So my immediate thought on this card was, I'm not going to get it graded now. It's probably going to be a 7 from that white. And I think the back was okay, but I was like, there's that white on there. Because looking at the photo online, again, you look at the photos online, you're not going to be able to tell everything. I felt like, that's probably a really good one. And I decided that, I think it was one of Joe's orders. I decided, you know what, I'm going to send it in anyway, see what I get. This is for my Frank Gore card. And I ended up getting a 9. So again, I think I overestimated the hit that this card would take. So I am going to have to reevaluate some of my cards that I was not going to grade because of them being an 8 or a 9 as opposed to a 7. And I will probably document some of that stuff on this show in future episodes. So have a great day. Thanks.